our working group is working on inclusive business models and as another theme, public-private dialogue. And yeah, it's important, like from my project, I can say I work for the Competitive African Rice Initiative. We've worked on contract farming, outgrow schemes, and trying to have sustainable business linkages for the last 3 years. And although we have achieved a lot of results, there's still a lot of work, especially looking at the sustainable integration of smallholder farmers, for example, into contract farming, outgrow schemes, market access, and especially using the private sector as a pull factor in that. Of course, hopefully the idea is that we can get together different experiences from different projects in different countries that we can use then to feed into the implementation of activities in our project. So, for example, how can you make sure that there's not so much side selling taking place? How can you make sure that farmers have good access to market, that there are no price problems involved in contract farming, different pricing strategies, things like that, for example, and really develop some concrete mechanisms and training modules, for example, also for the different actors that help them understand it and improve it on the field.
Good. Yes, my name is Jackson. I work in a project in Kenya called Promotion of Nutrition Sensitive Potato Value Chains. The project is, of course, in Kenya and Uganda, but we are in several counties in Kenya. And for this working group, inclusive business models and also looking at private-public dialogues is very crucial, and we realize that within a working group, we're going to look closer into what are the standards required, for example, in the whole chain, looking at production aspects, looking more also on quality that is coming from the farmers, but more so after this production, then how is the market pulling the chain, and that is really something crucial, and therefore we see more and more private sector involvement, engagement, very crucial, and that's why we want to look at also these small-scale farmers being included in the process, and not only driven by the projects themselves, but also the farmers in their investment, and looking at the private sector investment and making these networks work, so that finally there's a driver and the whole process can continue. And we see in the working group, we're going to share the experiences that we have in various countries to really see what could be the standards that we measure in terms of efficiency, to promote the quality, and also to make sure that there's investments, there's good, clear incentives for production, and looking also in both ends very closely as a working group, more and more in our work plans, and now looking at what we need to do over time to make sure that this is efficient. So this is really what we would like to do as a group.
Conquer the world.
Yes, first of all, step one would be also to put a concrete plan, work plan on maybe 1 year. What do we want to achieve as a result in a network? Of course, if it is building up experiences and looking at really what steps each country, each group, also these subgroups will contribute, into this bigger group. Because finally, the vision is to see the information exchange promoting each country's programs with regard to these inclusive business models, and to more and more give more incentives, stimulation of private sector, and making the farmers more and more interested in the chains that we are working in. This is the vision. The next couple of years, that this is a drive that we have in a group as a vision.
Okay.
Yes.